Okay, this is a 2010 Form B, problem 1. And it's also in the notes file. As a part of the United States Department of Agricultural superdump cleanup efforts in the early 1990s, various sites in the country were targeted for cleanup. 3 of the sites, River X, River Y, and River Z, had been contaminated with pesticides because they were located near abandoned pesticide dump sites. Measurements of the concentration of aldrin, a commonly used pesticide, were taken at the 20 randomly selected locations in each river. So we had 20 locations here, 20 here, 20 here. The box plots below display the 5-number summaries. When I say 5-number summaries, they just mean minimum, Q1, median, Q3, and max. Please remember, even though this is short, 25% of the data is here. All right, 25% of the data is also there. Doesn't matter how small it is, it's all broken into 25%. It says compare the distributions of the concentration of aldrin among the 3 rivers. So in this case, that means they're asking us to cuss, all right? But we also have to compare, and we always have to be in context. River has the highest median with 50% of the readings being greater than 5. There are no outliers. The distribution appears skewed right. River X displays the greatest variability and has the largest IQR and range. If I had just said it had the greatest variability, that would have taken care of it. I didn't have to mention IQR and range. I could have done either one of them, but I always need to be specific, and so here it is. The range is about 5. So now I'm specific about the range. So when it came to cussing, I talked about my center. Unusual, shape, and spread. My center was talking about my median, and I was specific. I had unusual features. There were none, no outliers. Skewed right is my shape. And variability, and the range. I gave measurement on the range. So I basically checked off everything for X. On River Y, median of 4. Checked it off. All right. No outliers. Checked off unusual. Reasonably symmetric. Got the shape. The range of River Y is about 4 and is less than River X. So I've talked about spread, so I've taken care of that. River Z has a median of about 4.3. Took care of center. The distribution, no outliers, and appears skewed. Taking care of unusual in shape. And has the smallest IQR. All right. So basically, I made the full comparison. And once again, we go, oh, yeah, that definitely has the largest spread. It also has the largest median. That median's in the middle, second amount of spread. This median is the lowest and the least amount of spread. So basically, I made sure I talked about all of those. This appears to be skewed, stretched. This is 50%. That looks like it's stretched to the right. So this was skewed right. This is about 50%, so half and half. So this is about symmetric. And this one looks like it's been stretched to the left, so skewed left. And that's what I said. Part B, the 20 concentrations of aldrin for River X are given below. Construct a stem plot. Okay, so this is a pain. So here's what I highly recommend you do. I highly recommend that you go to Stat Edit and put all your data into L1, which is what I have here. I have all my data in L1. Then I'm going to go and do something that the calculator has a little trick. And the reason I did this problem is so you wouldn't forget about it. I can press second, followed by the Stat button. And I'm going to arrow 1 space over to Operations. And I'm going to press Sort A. My data is in L1, so I'm going to press second 1. And it says done. Well, my question is, what did it do? If I go back to Stat Edit and look in L1, it is now in order from least to greatest. 3, 4, 5. If I scroll down, I go 3, 4, 5, and I notice there's no 6. Still doesn't matter. I have to list it. We don't get to skip numbers. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when I look at the calculator, I go back, go back to Stat Edit, 3, 4. So 3, 4, 3, 7. So basically, those are my stems, these are my leaves, and you always have to have a key. So 7 line 3 means 7.3 parts per million, right? 7.3 parts per million. All right, part C. Describe a characteristic of the distribution of aldrin concentrations in River X that can be seen in the stem plot but cannot be seen in the box plot. All right, so I go back to River X. I look at the box plot for River X. And what I notice here is I see a gap here, and I don't see a gap over there. So the difference is I can see the gap in the stem plot, but I cannot see the gap on the box plot. So the gap at 6 cannot be seen in the box plot, but is visible in the stem plot. The stem plot appears to show 2 clusters, one centered at location 4 and one centered between locations 7 and 8. Okay, so that will take care of that problem. I'll get my mouse to where it goes.